guys. I hope this is working. Can you all hear me or see me? I feel very rushed this morning. I just had a shower after the gym and like rushed over here. By the way, yes, I did hide all of my washing that's on the bed with an hoodie. It's just real life. How is everyone going? I'm gonna wait for everyone to get on. I'm just posting that we are live right now. Oh, I feel so like flustered. I got here. I don't know if everyone on YouTube knows this, but over on Instagram I told everyone that I cut my hair. It's very short. So yeah, I need to breathe. If you guys are here, pop your name in the chat so we can figure out who's here. And I'm just going to post on Instagram, there we go, that we're live. And I should probably get the link for this live. Three people here. Say hi. Who are you? Oh, don't. It's okay if not. I am very tired at the moment. Sorry, this is taking longer than it should. My videos. How do I get the link for this live? I'm thinking that starting from now, we're going to do like weekly lives. And I had like thought that maybe I'd do it at different times, but I think for me it's easier if I just have a scheduled time where I do it every week, and then like that means that I can be a bit more consistent with lives. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not very consistent at all, and figuring out like time difference for everyone. Is this a good time for everyone? I don't know. I'm gonna have to get the URL from here. I can't find it. I need to find the link. Oh dear. How is everyone going? I hope that my chat's working. Chat working? So I was just telling everyone that I had just come from the gym and had a shower and chopped my hair off. There's the updates. The kids are at school and I am currently trying to find this URL to post the link to this live, but I'm really struggling. How is everyone going? Talking to myself. If no one pops up in chat, I'll open Instagram live. Tends to be a lot more people come on there to say hi. Hi, William. God bless. Thank you. How are you? We got our first comment in our chat. Okay, I'm going to have to find the URL from here. Let's see. Edit. There's the URL. Can someone post the URL? I feel like because it's mine, I can't find it. Maybe I'll just go to YouTube. How's everyone's day, week, month going? Can't believe we're already in September. My channel. Let's see if I can get the link here. Let me know if you guys have any questions you want answers for. Here we go. Okay. This is going to be a bit weird because I'm watching my live right now. but I'm just getting the link so that I can tell everyone on Instagram. I just had to quickly dry my hair, so I'm looking at it going, oh, I need to fix it a little bit. There we go. Let's try this again. Oh, how are you, William? I got the link. Woohoo! If anyone that's here, let me know you're here in the comment little chat box thing. You guys can see all of, like, you actually can't see all of it. This is my washing, and I covered it with an hoodie so that, and that's a Cubby Buddy that I haven't put the covers back on yet. So, do you guys have one of those little play couch things? All right, let's try this link. Tap here, and then hopefully have some more people. You're doing fine, thank you. That's good. That's good. Good to hear. I sometimes feel like no news is good news. Like when people say they're good, things are going well, it's like awesome, because you know, if things aren't going so well, you tend to like know about it, or some people will tell you about it. I'm so tired. I just did a pump class, and pump is like it's good for me, but it's also like really intense, and I struggle a little bit with it, but we're getting into it. I had a bit of a week off and then went back last week, so it's kind of like starting over, and it's kind of motivation to keep going so that I don't have to do that like initial start over bit again. What I'm going to do is maybe go live on Instagram as well. I feel like I don't want to chat to myself for a long time. It's probably like literally it's the middle of the school day here in Australia, so it's a hard time for people to get on. So what I'm gonna do is go live on Instagram. Do I have my little thingy? Maybe I'll go here. Oh, foggy, foggy, foggy. All right, we're going live on Instagram at the same time. So actually, I'm here. Hi guys, I am currently going live on YouTube. Instagram's like down there, so I'm going to be looking down and up and down and up. Yeah, so I'm going live on YouTube, and I'm kind of talking to myself a little bit, so I thought I'd go live on Instagram as well, so that I can be doing both and can talk to someone. How's everyone going? Ooh, lots of people joining. Hey everyone. For anyone that's on YouTube, you can look in the little chat section, ask me some questions. I would love to answer any questions that you have. Yesterday I was posting about like a few questions that some people were asking about being more transparent about how I earn money on social media. And if you guys had any questions about that, I am so open. Obviously not fully open, like no one's fully open about how much they earn, but it helps me to stay home. It helps me to be there for all of the appointments, all the therapies, and just be flexible And so I'm very appreciative of it, and any support that you can give towards it would be incredible. So, like commenting on videos, watching videos all the way through, anything like that is so incredibly supportive. Someone asked, hello, my son is 3 and has autism. He has texture issues. He still eats period food. What should I do to help eat solid food? So I'm not an expert in this field, but there is a lady here on Instagram who's called the Autism Dietitian, and you should definitely check out her page. She has some courses that she runs about eating, and we've never had that issue with Jacob. He's always eaten solid food. He's gotten like a little bit fussy and gone through stages. Like at the moment, he's in a bit of a fussy stage, but nowhere near like that level. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm not equipped to say anything. But if anyone has any experience with like food and like going to solids after purees, or like expanding a child's diet, that would be amazing to put in the chat. I know that exposure is huge for Jacob, and playing with food is huge for Jacob. We used to play with food a lot, and he getting involved in like touching the foods at least, and seeing the foods at least. And you know, it took a while to get Jacob to like try new things, but once we found that, it was so good. My daughter barely eats anything. I'm so sorry to hear. That must be incredibly hard, and I really do feel for you, because like I could just not like couldn't imagine like sitting there and just, you know, it would be so hard. And yeah, I mean, we all have different things that we struggle with. Like ours is sleep. Oh, but definitely go check out the Autism Dietitian on Instagram. Amazing, amazing posts, amazing help. She can help you with diet and things like that, but also I just got a message on my phone and then I got distracted. Oh, anyone else do that? Oh, hi. Hey, everyone on YouTube. I dehydrate vegetables. My one twin throws most foods, won't tolerate most foods on the table. That's hard. Have you tried incorporating it into like play? I know Jacob's big on like sensory trays, so like we try and incorporate some things in that. And even just like the smallest amount is a good exposure. Hi, Drew. Nothing much is up. He asked, what's up? Nothing much. I just got back from the gym and I thought I'd go live today. The first time that I have washed and dried my hair since cutting it. So bear with what this looks like at the moment. I didn't have much time. Okay. She's nearly 3 and literally eats a sandwich and crackers. That is so hard. And I think like what you need to like think about is that food can be a scary thing for kids, and especially if it's a sensory aversion. So like you got to treat it in like the most careful way possible, because you don't want to force them to eat anything, and you don't want like anything like that. I will say though, there is a supplement that we use that really covers all bases except for iron, because they didn't include iron in the supplement, because if you already have good iron, you shouldn't be having an iron supplement. So this supplement really covers everything, especially when Jacob's going through a really picky eating stage. You know that he's getting like the nutrients that he needs, and we just simply put that in his juice, in his cordial. But yeah, that's so tricky. I give her a bottle still with a toddler formula, just so she is getting what she needs. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Whatever works, honestly. We try and keep trying. The other twin has way more food, still picky. Yeah. It's a process, and I think like, you know, we're gonna we're all going to go through our own journeys as families, and yeah, I'm sorry I don't have too much advice on that, but definitely checking out experts, even going into like food programs. I know that there's like a food program that you can get through, I just heard a noise, get through like an NDIS plan, anything like that. Don't know why this was a curse and a blessing. When she got the flu, she drinks all kinds of drinks, even water. That's interesting. I actually did say that to, like, when Jacob was sick. He rarely gets sick. Don't even know why. Probably because he doesn't touch anyone or go near anyone. But he got sick a little while ago, and he laid down flat and rested. And I was just like, oh, like your body must be like loving this, because usually his body is moving and not really staying still even through the night. So I was like, I'm sorry that you're sick, but also like your body is getting the rest that it needs. But it's awesome that she drank water. Jacob doesn't drink much water. Someone said that they do toddler nutritional drink in milk. Yeah, whatever works. Like I that's so common. Even Jacob went through a stage where he was only drinking bottles and having formula in them, and yeah, nutritionally they're good. So food texture is important to my grandson. He's almost 4 and still doesn't feed himself completely. Yeah, I mean, Jazz is 3 and she still doesn't feed herself completely. So I mean, it's texture is important. It's important to like note their favorite foods and see what sensory things are to do with those foods. So like for Jacob, he really likes like really strong tastes. Like I know it's really weird, but like not weird, but it's different. He really likes strong tastes and crunchy foods. So we've expanded his diet in keeping in line with his favorite things. If your child likes bland foods that don't have too much flavor in them, keep in line with those types of foods. Don't give them like tuna or something that's going to be too strong taste or smell. Definitely sensory for her, because sometimes she will taste it and eat it. So it's definitely not taste. Yeah, sometimes it could be the crunch, it could be how soft it is, it could be what it smells like, it could be how it feels in their mouth, it could be anything. And like, yeah, if she likes sandwiches and crackers, then you need to go along the lines of things that like are exactly like that. If that makes any sense. What is the supplement name? So it's Simple Spectrum Supplement. It's specifically designed for kids who are autistic, and I don't have access to my discount code. I think it's Aussie. Don't quote me. After this, I'm going to put up a story. Maybe I'll put it on my Instagram. I have a discount code for it if you guys want to check it out. And I'll link Simple Spectrum Supplement too. Just know that it is an affiliate code, so it does help us immensely if you buy it. It's no extra cost to you guys. We've seen a lot of progress with Jacob. A lot of people say with the Simple Spectrum Supplement that they see cognitive benefits. I don't like to talk about it too much because I don't want to trick anyone into buying it, but it does cover all bases with nutrition, and it helps me peace of mind for Jacob because he doesn't eat vegetables. Really. Essentially, he doesn't eat vegetables. Also starting to hit and will stare at me almost for a reaction. That's a hard one. We went through that with Jacob, and it's a hard one because, when you're talking about a neurotypical child, you want to address it. You want to tell them that's not the right thing to do. But with autistic kids, sometimes it can be a sensory thing. Jacob will often come up to me and like sort of like look at me intensely and then like tap me really hard. And I know that he'll do that and then he'll tap the couch, and it's just like I need to get that out of me. So like a redirection is a huge thing that you guys should try. Redirection, so even with like self-injurious behaviors as well, redirection is the biggest thing you can do. So think about the sensory component of it. Maybe give them a pillow they can hit or something of the same feeling of whatever they've done to you. If you think it is a behavioral thing, I mean, it's really up to you whether you want to seek more help with that. But obviously, I'm not an expert in that. Hopefully, maybe I can get like a behavioral therapist on one of my lives. I'm trying to get someone from each component so that you guys can have some additional information. If you guys haven't checked out my lives, like there's been some really valuable information in all of the lives that I've done. So much, like all the experts, all the experience, all everything. So definitely go check out those lives if you want to get more information about that. It's so funny because at the beginning of my YouTube live, I was like literally not talking to anyone. Now I'm talking a lot. Sorry. You know, when my grandson is not feeling well too, he sleeps. Normally he's not a very good sleeper. Yeah, I wish that was the same with Jacob, but it's not. But it's incredible that they're catching up on sleep. Not very good that they're sick, but you know. Thank you. The OT said to put my arms up and ignore it, but then that turns into like a massive meltdown. And when I say no, she definitely doesn't do it as much. I think it's okay to tell her that it's not okay to hit you. I mean, I'm not an expert. I don't want to give too much advice on that, but from experience, I think it's okay to be like, no, I don't want you to do that. Something I learned in the course that I did, or am doing still, is that sometimes, even with like verbal children, not necessarily non-verbal, but verbal and non-verbal autistic kids, is that when you say no hitting, they may not get that no part. So when you say no hitting, they sometimes may hear hitting. And so like it really changed my mind about how I address Jacob with things that I don't want him to do. I definitely think don't give it too much attention, but if you feel like saying that works, then do what works. I mean, I don't want you to be getting hit every so often, but you know your child best and you see what works and what doesn't work, and yeah, you got to do everything you can for the entire family, not just for your child. What do you guys think? Does anyone else like have any ideas about what they would do if their child was hitting? Like what would you say? Or I don't know. I don't even know what I did. What happened was Jacob went through a really hard stage. I will say hard because he was literally stressed all day long, and it was like a couple of months. It was over the summer break. Here in Australia, that's like December, January time. That was the height of his ADHD, like his sensory dysregulation. He was, I mean, breaking windows and hitting out and hitting himself, and it was just really bad. And there was absolutely nothing we could do. And so once he had tried ADHD medication, that literally changed his world. It changed our whole family. And I don't want to assume ADHD, but it's always something that you should be considering with autistic kids, because I think the statistic is very high. It's a very high comorbid condition. So yeah. Yeah, I feel no is fine too. I think she definitely knows what she's doing wrong. If you know that she knows what she's doing wrong, then it's okay. But if you feel like it's a sensory thing, then you got to be a little bit more careful with what you say, because I mean, like, I don't want to get Jacob in trouble for something that he can't control. So, and sleep. We have very similar sleep to you. She woke at 12:30 the other night, went back to sleep at 5. Melatonin doesn't do anything. Yes. Oh, sleep. I could talk about this forever. But we went through a really good patch of sleep, like for the last month, 3 of the weeks, he was sleeping really well. And I was like, oh, this might be like the change, the turning point. But no, we went back to bad sleep. And melatonin helps Jacob to fall asleep. It doesn't help him stay asleep, and I'm pretty sure that's the same for a lot of people. So Catapress is something that Jacob takes for sleep, which is like clonidine, also called clonidine. I don't know if that's working or not, because obviously he's backtracked in sleep as well. So I was thinking that it was finally working for him, and then he started sleeping badly again. So the connection broke on my Instagram. Sorry about that. I do think ADHD as well. Yeah, it's very common, but it's something to address with the pediatrician if you can. Jordan thinks hitting is funny. He doesn't understand discipline or even a harsh voice. I just don't give it attention. But if it persists, I hold his hands and say, no, thank you. That's it. Yeah, I think when you see a reaction or a laugh or anything, do know that kids can be laughing when they're feeling overstimulated as well. Like Jacob does this laugh sometimes, and it sounds like he's like reacting and being like, oh, that's funny. But no, he's actually like borderline meltdown in that situation. So I think that goes for all kids as well. Jazz especially laughs a lot when she is uncertain. I laugh a lot when I'm not feeling good. So I don't know if it's like a coping mechanism, but yeah. Have you tried essential oils for sleeping? Yes. I think I've tried everything. Anything that you can give me in the comment section, I think we have tried. Same, falls asleep fine, gets 4 hours in, and then that's all she needs, I think. But the next day her nap is like 3 hours, so I know that she needs to sleep. Yeah, that's hard. Jacob doesn't nap anymore, so he still wakes up. Any recommendations for sleeping? My grandson hits his little sister. I do think it's an impulse reaction. We do not let him know it's wrong, and he reacts when we tell him it's wrong. It's important they learn right from wrong. Yes. Okay. So this is just from our experience. I'm not an expert, not anything like that. From our experience, the relationship between Jacob and Jazz was very hard. Yeah. A lot of negative experiences. Jacob was hitting Jazz a lot, pushing her a lot. And I've talked about that immensely here on Instagram and on YouTube. What worked for us? Encouraging positive interactions. So we knew that Jacob got very overstimulated when his sister was near him, but if we let her hold a bowl of blueberries and hand them to him, that was a positive interaction. We created positive interactions so that they could have more of those together. When Jordan was home, this is when we mostly did it. When Jordan was not home, I separated them. We had gates everywhere. This was purely for safety. This wasn't to like lock anyone in their room or anything. The connection's out again. Sorry, the connection is really bad. We had gates in the house. We had a couple, and one on Jazz's room and one separating the kitchen and the lounge room. I would separate them a lot. If I knew I wasn't going to have my 100% attention on my kids, I had to separate them. So if I was cooking or doing something like that, which I don't tend to do when I have kids by myself, but For safety reasons, I would do that. Yeah, just create, and to create a positive interaction, it has to be like controlled in a sense. So Jacob was with Jordan and I was with Jazz, and making sure that it was continuing to be a positive interaction. In saying that, Jacob had impulsive behavior, so like he would be across the room and he would go for her. So really the only thing that helped in the end was his ADHD medication. We realized that his brain was just unsettled, and like that's so hard to think back to times when I would be like, no, don't do that, Jacob, as kind of like an instinct, and he literally couldn't control it. And yeah, I think about that a lot, and it like tears me up inside, but things are going well now. We love watching your family. Your children are my grandkids' ages. The similarities are spot on. Your kids are a year or two older. I've learned so much from watching your family. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Thank you. I love getting messages like that. I get them a lot actually about everyone's like, oh, my kids like your children. It's so interesting because like every kid is so different, but we do see the similarities in autistic kids. And a lot of people do say that because Jacob is now 5. We've got videos from when he was like younger, so you guys can like watch back those videos and see what he was like at those ages. And he's now getting a little bit older, but people are still coming in at that like diagnosis point. So it's interesting. Sometimes it helps with behavior you don't want, like hitting, is to say that what you do want. So maybe hands down, touch softly, or gentle hands instead of what you don't want. State what you want. That's so true, Fiona. I was just speaking, I'm not sure you just heard me speak about that, but I was saying that sometimes when you say like no hitting, sometimes they won't take in that no part, but they'll take in the hitting part. So like the communication is broken there. But do say what you do want. So gentle hands, touch softly. What was the other one? Maybe hands down. So that's a good suggestion if you guys want to take that on. My grandson's first reaction when he doesn't get his way is to bite. Did Jacob go through that? Not in reaction to not getting something that he wanted, but he did bite a lot, and it was kind of a sensory thing. We got him an ARC. I think it's called an ARC Z5 thing. It's like a little vibrating toy that he can bite down on. Where he was like grinding his teeth, and it was kind of sensory related. So, that was a good kind of distraction, like giving him an alternative to bite. But I can't help you there with like in reaction to not getting something he wants. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyone else have any suggestions there? Because I do not have any. Hello, Renee. I think it is Renee. Okay, I might end the lives there. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I always love like speaking to you guys in real time, because oftentimes I'm filming something and then later on I'm talking to you guys about it in the comments, but it's so cool to talk in like real time. How did you help with the tooth grinding? As I said, we have the vibrating toy that he could chew on. We still see it every so often, but it's never like, it's usually around the time that he is really dysregulated. So it just means like creating more sensory regulation for him. So whether that's going on the swing or eating some crunchy foods. Ice blocks really helped with that as well. So like biting on ice blocks. You have to look outside of the behavior and look behind the behavior is a need. So I've learned that as well in my course. There the need turns into a behavior. So there's always a need, there's always a why. You just have to get down into it, deep into it, and see why they're doing that. So they're dysregulated, then they need to be regulated. So whether that is like sensory play, you got to talk to an OT about your child's sensory profile and what they need to regulate themselves and what they need to get away from to regulate themselves. So in saying that, I'm going to go. Thank you for joining my live. I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday. I almost said Thursday. I'm going to do this every Wednesday at similar timing, and I'll keep you guys updated on the timing. But I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you later.